Hi, welcome back to Bali today. It's time for our Kids on Bali section. And our host for Kids on Bali, our kids presenter, is Piper. So he's joined me. Hey, Pip.
Hey.
How you going?
Good.
Good. So what's there for kids to do this week on Bali?
Well, I've heard about the Writers and Readers Festival, I think it is. And it's something your parents would go to and you're stuck on the weekend on some giant book. Okay, but I want to know what would be there for kids to do.
Well, I have a person who can tell us that.
Really? Oh my, Janet Denise.
Hi, Piper.
Didn't you create the Writers and Readers Festival?
Yeah, I did.
I'd like to ask, could you answer some of my questions?
Sure.
Okay, I know there are 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the day we're on air, and I'd like to ask which things are on which days.
Well, on Friday we have the storytelling. We're talking about Kanchu, and then another story writing workshop for young kids.
I'd like to ask something, who is Kensho?
Yeah, he's just a little mouse character that's very well known in Indonesia, praised for his intelligence, etc.
I wonder why they call him a mouse deer.
I guess he's kind of like a combination of those two things.
Yeah. I think I've read a story about him once.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Everybody in Indonesia's read a story about him.
Yes?
Yeah.
Days change into years, and years into decades. And nature, the secret of life, still retains.
Moving on, what's on Saturday?
On Saturday we also have a number of workshops looking at poetry, creating cartoons, other sort of story writing workshops. A lot of these also are free for young children.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, now parents, you don't have to pay for most of your kids'
Absolutely.
activities. Okay.
Across many mortals, their goodness is gone.
And what is the basic idea about the cartoons?
Well, it's just about creating a cartoon character. Cartoons are very popular for young people, so these sort of workshops are all about teaching skills, whether it be through drawing, writing, creating characters, etc.
I just want to ask a quick question about the cartoons.
Yeah.
What type of cartoon? Is it comic, drawing?
Yeah, all like that. Comic drawing, it's all cartoons. Yeah.
Great.
How can they be so cruel, and their hearts be so cold? Is the suffering needed for mankind to
Now,
improve?
I'd just like to ask, what's on Sunday?
Okay, on Sunday we have a blog workshop, and also there's a puppet show, and as well there's one about creating friends or developing friends, writing about friends, and a number of other events on Sunday.
Well, I just want to ask, can you tell me more about those things,
I'll try.
if you can? What do you mean about creating friends?
Well, just looking at friends, whether they be animals, people, and how you write about those. I guess it's all about looking at what your thoughts are, putting those on paper and developing ideas, etc. Creating something interesting to write about.
Do you get to keep the things you do at the Writers and Readers
Of
Festival?
course, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you would have been selling them for a major art merchant. I'm just asking, why do people do blogs on paper? They usually just do it on the internet.
Yeah, but you have to understand the process involved, or even how to, the technical basics of setting up the blog.
Okay.
So that can be a number of workshops, what the way is to create that.
Okay. But when you said other things, did you mean by story writing?
Yeah, throughout all the children's program, it focuses on story writing, storytelling, and the creative arts. So you'll find that those sorts of workshops run in between all these other ones.
Okay.
I still learn to be whole.
And that applies for adults too, so it's not just for kids. The adults also have these extensive workshops that talk about writing. It's the craft of writing.
This is amazing. I can't believe you thought up all this.
Well, again, I have a very dedicated team, a whole staff that work together to create all these different events.
Well,
It's not just me.
I just want to say, what are those team members? What do they do?
Well, we have half the team is, the team is mainly Indonesian actually, and then they're the ones that look after community events, workshops, sponsorship, etc. And then there's a small team of people that work alongside me who write the grant proposals and look at other aspects of funding the festival or technical details, website, internet, social media, etc., networking.
Wow, that's a lot
Yeah,
of people.
It's a lot of people, but it's a big festival now.
Yep. And I'd like to ask about puppet shows. And I've heard about the sea turtle problem in Australia and Indonesia, and they kind of want to connect it with a puppet show. Could you please
Yeah.
tell me more about that?
Well, Indonesia, of course, has a tradition of puppetry, and that's always been a way to deliver any sort of message. So I guess by using this puppet show, it's a way of teaching people about preservation of animals, culture, etc. So it's a very worthy event.
With my head in the sky, crossing mountains and
Yeah, well, that project actually relates to our theme, which seemed a great idea to include it because the theme is harmony in diversity. So again, it's about cross-cultural kind of events or initiatives. It's about bridging cultures, and that's what the festival continually is about.
Since this is going on air very soon, a lot of people are going to hear about it and come, which means you're possibly going to get a lot more money or a lot more people from it.
Well, ideally, whatever we can get from it is great, and of course, all that money just creates a better festival next year. Whatever we make just goes straight into the next event.
And my last question is, what languages are in the festival?
Well, it's mainly an English-speaking festival, but of course we do have Indonesian sessions. We do have translators on board, and in some of the poetry events, we like the writers to actually read poetry in their own language.
Okay.
So you'll find there'll be a combination of maybe French, maybe even Chinese, Indonesian, of course, Maltese. We also have a writer from Bosnia, so there's going to be a lot of varied languages.
And, well, this sounds very exciting. I'd really like to go.
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
Well, bye. They left. They're going to the festival. Lucky them. I'm stuck here. Well, the festival has been going on now actually for 7 years. The Ubud Writers and Readers Festival. So it's brought us many wonderful things, not just for kids, but also for adults. And if you were lucky enough to catch the live theater, the real Shakespeare last year, you will be excited about our next guest. Our next guest is the director of that production, and she's bringing us another production this year alongside the festival. So I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Rahana. Hi. Om Swastiastu, darling.
Om Swastiastu.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You look absolutely lovely, darling.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. It's Milo.
I'm wearing Milo.
I'm wearing Milo.
Oh, my. Thank you, Rob. Talk to you later.
Thank you for having me on this show, and congratulations
Thank you.
on doing this. It's
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thanks. Thanks to all of us, yeah? Yay. Spread it around. No, it's great. And I appreciate very much that you have time to see us, because you're bringing a show to the stage, which I know is huge.
Oh, yes. We're 2 weeks away from our opening.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to get to that, okay? I want to first of all know a little bit more about you. Yeah? Now, everyone has a Bali story, darling. What's your Bali story?
Well, my Bali story started in Java. I lived there for 4 years studying classical dance and just falling in love with Indonesian culture.
Sure.
And then I moved here and fell in love with it, and it's been an ongoing love affair.
So you're getting the Indonesian smorgasbord. A little Java, a little Bali.
A little
see what's next.
Sulawesi.
Well, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back, and I want to hear more about Rohana's life in Bali, but also about this amazing theater production as part of this year's Writers and Readers Festival. So come back in a minute. Right.